noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of the modern fullback.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Mateus. This looks promising. Alexander-Arnold is there, and he can get that clear. Now, this could be a chance. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. He's a sharp little ball here. And the ball's gone astray. Varane did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Howson. And it's McAllister. Great vision. Distributed tidily. No, he refuses to take the bait. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, there's a probing ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Israel, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Rafael Varane. Mbappe. Mateus. Quality ball. Out to the right. Pass is coming off in... Shot, surely! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Mbappe. Well seen, saw that come. Here's a chance! Just a whisker away. Knocks it into space. Nice control. Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. Mbappe goes short, and he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And now they can spring out of defence. Cannavaro. Fernandez can see things others simply cannot. Has a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And it's been taken short. And a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Mbappe with the short one. Palmeiras have the chance to go the other way. And it's Messi. Cannavaro does well to stand firm and defend it. Mbappe. Mateus. Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Mbappe. He is through here. Mbappe! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, what has happened here? Bebeto. Pass has gone astray. McAllister. And this is Bebeto. Looking for options for movement. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Has a look and plays it forward. It's a pretty loose pass. Bebeto. Oh, it's Batistuta. And Batistuta! And the ball's come loose here. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Palmeiras with another corner. And the keeper beats it away. No way through, so back it comes. Chance! Goal! And right on half-time, that is 10. And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we are back on the way.
Israel really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter.
Pele! Oh, that is very close.
Pele brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Pele. Rummenigge going about things with real menace. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's McAllister. That's good running with the ball. Van Dijk gets in to thwart him.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
Gets his head on it! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Mateus. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
And this is Pele. Tries to play it through. Played into space out wide. Bebeto proves just a little bit too strong. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Israel are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. It's a promising position. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the real chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. He's found a way past. He's got away. Up he goes! It's in! Israel back on level terms. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Camisa 25.
Israel grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And this is Batistuta. Bebeto. And Bebeto! Mbappe. Strong running down that left flank. He stands tall and strong. Messi. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. It's a good run down the right, and he skips past his man, and he's managed to get free.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism.
Little doubt, that is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substituição no time do Palmeiras. Camisa 6. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 15.
Messi. He's under a lot of pressure.
That's
there.
good play from him.
Bebeto! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Oh, and looking, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
And that has left him in a heap. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Fernandes. Mbappe. Little pass back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
The final seconds now. He's found a way past. He has found a way through. Well, he's a tricky customer, but he slams the door shut. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here. Shapes to shoot! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Israel finding themselves unexpectedly behind. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that's a... and the shot! He scores! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. An act of charity gratefully received.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And it's Fernandez. This looks promising. Shoots! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Foot in. That is ended up in no man's land. Now, can they get him away? And he welcomes it in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Hazard unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He'll try to keep this alive. Fernandez.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now it's Pelé. That's a good ball out wide. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And it's Fernandez. Fernandez cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some.
There's the shot! Oh, classic Batistuta! A finish right from the top draw. And they are pulling clear here. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
I'm still trying to figure out how he managed to get that contact. That's a super volley.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he is going into that little black book. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Chiellini looking to play him in. Thinks about the shot. Mateus. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Schlotterbeck. Kukçu. Played out to the left flank. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, that is a smashing piece of defending from him. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Fernandes. Mbappe. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Rijkaard. Marquinhos. Played down the flank. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And we've reached half-time. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will. Here we go again then. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rummenigge. It's a really well-measured ball. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hazard gets into some space. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Mbappe. Rummenigge. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Chiellini. Rijkaard. Played into space out wide. Mateus. Rummenigge.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He's looking wide. Now it's Batistuta. Fernandes. Good running, strong and purposeful. And he's had a hit! Kukçu. He's picked his way through. Great ball, and he's in here. No foul, says the referee. Some resolute defending there. That's a sharp pass. Rummenigge. Now Mbappe. That has not gone well. Kukçu. That has been slung wide. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Rummenigge. Passing is crisp and sharp. Mbappe! Pass is short and sharp. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mbappe. Mateus. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, that's fabulous. Looking for the run.
There they go, hunting again.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's Pele, spread out to the left.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Batistuta! And he's done very well to deal with it.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rummenigge. Played out to the right. Mateus. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played.
He's going for goal! And that is great goalkeeping.
Israel are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Schlotterbeck. The final 5 minutes. He's through here. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. And that's put paid to a promising move. Fernandez.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Marquinhos kept his eye on it, and he's there. Alexander-Arnold. Kukçu. Now it's Batistuta. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. That's a good ball out wide. Pele becomes the latest member of the 300 club. Another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, he has been the servant who keeps on giving to this team. You don't get to do what he has without a dedication and motivation that simply never wavers.
Fernandez, played out to the left flank. Rafael Varane. Now it's Pele. Dani Olmo. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. That's really well manoeuvred. Conte. Griezmann. And it's been played through. Can he finish? Big relief, it just needed better contact. Cannavaro. Pele. Pele going face to face with his great rival. Mateus can see things others simply cannot. Still goalless. Owen. Now it's Danny Olmo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He has found the way through. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Pele. Now it's Mbappe. Fernandez. Danny Olmo. Now Griezmann. Short changes him with that pass. Rummenigge. Played out towards the right wing. Xavi Alonso. And now the breakaway. Looking for the run.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Neymar, and it's Owen. Mateus. Israel finding their passes. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable match. Has a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Mbappe plays it short.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Stade Rennais are looking to go forward now. Now it's Griezmann. Great ball if he can get there.
There they go, hunting again.
Neymar had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Out for a throw. And that's definitely not his best. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Now it's Neymar. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Mateus, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Well, that's the keeper's ball. Rummenigge. That's been cut out, well played. And the whistle goes for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
Everyone, please welcome our players. Substitution for Israel. Number 5, Pele.
Here we go again then.
25.
Israel clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Adriano. Number 19, Platini.
Oh! Now, who's going to be first to this? Mateus. Israel come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Opts for safety. Koundé. And Gabriel. And it's Zanetti. Xavi Alonso. And it's Neymar.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And that's a... Goes for a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Israel have the chance to go the other way. And he's on his way! Big chance! Conte. Can he get it through? That's beautifully weighted. And this is Neymar. Owen. Same again, same outcome.
Stade Rennais really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And that could well leave a mark. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gabriel picks it up from the goal kick. Just about up to the hour now. So much has happened in this game, but still no goal.
Well, from an entertainment viewpoint, it's not the scoreline we would have wanted at this stage, although I'm not complaining about the commitment being shown. We've seen plenty of goalmouth action.
Koundé with the clearance. Little doubt, that is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Neymar. Koundé purring through the gears. Adriano dominates aerially so often. It looks a good ball through. And that is masterful defending. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Israel are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Kante did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That's a little off target. Mbappe. Now Platini. Mateus. Distributed tidily. Just about up to 75 minutes. And it's Michel Platini. Griezmann. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Is there a chance for a shot?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Pass is just off target. Now he's off and running. And it's made its way to him. He's a sharp little ball here. He's on it, can he get away? Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Mateus.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Owen. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Israel can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
There will be
Can
1
he
minute
spark a
added
counter
time.
here? That's an imaginative pass. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that is as far as it goes. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And as you can see, we've already started here. Played back in. Ah, that's a fine interception. And it's Kimmich.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own. Chance! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, great chance! Oh, a very decent attempt. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Mbappe. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Kimmich. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Yellow or red? It is red. Israel are down to 10 men. Kimmich. Bellingham. Goes for a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And now they can spring out of defence. It's a pretty loose pass. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Bellingham. Oh, it's come loose. Some good work on the right flank here. He has found the way through. And a chance!
Goal! Israel!
A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Number 5, Pele.
Israel have penetrated for the first time.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
And it's Fernando Torres. Now it's Kimmich. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Torres. Raul. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now it's Mbappe. Rummenigge is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Now it's Torres. Oh, nicely intercepted. Strokes it back. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Raul.
That's good play from him.
And he's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's made its way to him. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Torres. And this is Torres. Not the most accurate pass. Israel are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Played out wide. Zubimendi. It's Bellingham. And it's Kimmich. Mbappe. Mateus. Now Mbappe. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Raul. Now it's Mbappe. Cannavaro wins the duel this time. Can he get it through? Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think we're seeing a very good example of what to do when you're a man light. Some of the covering play has been hugely impressive, and that owes a lot to focus and discipline, which have been top-notch, of course, since the sending off.
Israel can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Israel carrying a one-goal lead. Mateus pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. It's a good run down the right. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Pele given the lift of his goal. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Pele. Out towards the flank. He's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe. Raul. And it's Kimmich. Looking for options for movement. Takes a shot! Oh, taken with style. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want.
He's had a shot! Goal! Israel! Into the lead once more.
The goal scorer for Israel after 59 minutes is number 18, Mbudu.
Israel go into the lead.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Now it's Torres. Bellingham. Cannavaro does well to get it back. Cannavaro. Oh, this is a terrific run. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Stood up well to him there. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. He's having a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Mbappe. Quality ball. Fernando. And Torres! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rummenigge. And it's Fernandez. Played out to the left flank. Just about up to 75 minutes. Rummenigge. And it's Fernando Torres. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all. Tries from distance. And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Now that's well seen too. Oh, that's a key interception. And he was quick to react. And he's let fly!
Substitution on the field. Number 4.
This is their second corner of the game.
Number 5.
Mbappe plays it short, and he's gone backward here. There's the shot! And somehow he managed to miss it. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Neymar. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And it's Kimmich. Subimendi. Picked out brilliantly. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank.
Birmingham really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Israel close now to seeing this one through to the end. Deco conjures time and space where few can. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Well, they've chosen the correct way to see this out because the opposition press is very weak.
Little doubt, that is a foul.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, Joshua Kimmich. Coming on the field is number 6, Federico Valverde.
Time added on 4 minutes. Neymar is fouled. And he is going into that little black book. Neymar. That's really well manoeuvred. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And the referee brings it to a close. What a game, what a show. Both sides were... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Pinches it off him. Nicely weighted ball. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He shifted it to the flank.
Mbappe.
Passes short. It's Pele! And again! They've got to be quick to recover this.
Israel would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Goes for goal! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
And it's Van Basten, and he's been shifted off it. Well, that pass isn't the best. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Hazard. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Odegaard. And this is Messi. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Pele. It's a really well-measured ball. He is through here. Crosses it in. Good read, needed to be. Now it's Neymar. And this is Messi. He has found the way through. Mateus does really well to win the ball there. No goals as yet. Now it's Pele. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Messi. And it's Kimmich. He won't be happy with that one. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Odegaard. Van Basten is herring after that one. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Mbappe! Oh, what has happened here? And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Israel with the corner, there first. Mbappe plays it short. Opts to... He's having a go! And he's lifted it over.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
Picked out brilliantly. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Israel do have a chance to counter here. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Odegaard. Oh, he'll be annoyed with himself for not getting there. Rummenigge. Marquez. Out to the left it goes. Mbappe. Rummenigge is someone with real dynamite in his boots. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ødegaard. Now it's Ødegaard. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's Pele! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Israel have their second corner now, and it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Neymar. Now it's Van Basten. And we hit half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Israel may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Israel have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Rummenigge. Played out to the right. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Pele! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 3 coming up. Mbappe goes short. Chance, surely! It's in he goes again. It's off target and by quite a way.
Mbappe really reacted very quickly there, but couldn't quite find the finish he needed.
Rummenigge charging forward, the ball at his feet. Alexander-Arnold. Marquinhos, tidy with his distribution. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Applies the finish! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Pulls over the line, and it is a corner. So their fourth corner of the game. Mbappe with the short one. Great chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Fernandes really may get an earful from his teammates for not looking up to see what was around him, but I think he was perfectly entitled to try it for himself.
Shoots! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Israel really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Now it's Fernandes. And he's managed to get rid. Pele being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful.
Can he finish?
Look, a little variation can't hurt here because they've got no previous.
And he's quick to get it clear again. And now they can spring out of defence. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mateus simply refused to be outdone there. Well, this is certainly a game where the scoreline does not reflect the action. How it has stayed 0-0, nobody can quite understand. Messi. No, that's been intercepted. Cannavaro. Rummenigge. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. And he stands tall, impenetrable. And it's Messi. Kimmich, he can run onto that. Oh, good take in a good area. Can he finish? And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Pele. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Ødegaard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Mbappe powering forward here. He's a sharp little ball here. Very nicely done. No way through, so back it comes. Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, he's... Decent chance! It's there! And late in the day, a telling moment.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
So smooth, a signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Substitution for Israel. Number 3.
Israel choosing to make the first change.
Number 25.
So we have our breakthrough.
18.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Number 4. Messi. Number 10.
Camavinga.
Del Piero.
Ødegaard.
Number 11. Albertini.
Nice bit of skill,
Number
and
7.
he's away.
Donnarumma.
Tries a shot! He has done it! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Wonderfully smooth, smart, and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
Substitution.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you're just joining us, we are already on the way.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Van Nistelrooy. That's a good ball out wide. Brilliantly cut out. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe.
There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot. And
He's got tall. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Marquez. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Messi. Valverde. Neymar. And it's Neymar. It's Bellingham. Played out towards the right wing. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pinches it off him. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Well, the movement is slick. Great chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Van Nistelrooy has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
So we're still where we started right now. Mbappe is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Rummenigge. Pass is just off target. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gets a good foot in there. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now it's Messi. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Onana. Can he get on the end of this? Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nicely weighted ball. That has not gone well. Azar. Neymar. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. Neymar. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Valverde. Bellingham. He shifted it to the flank.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's heaved it away. Well, they've got it again. And here's Messi. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Oh, that's fabulous. And here comes the corner. Israel with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short, and it's made its way to him. Goes for a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the finish! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Bellingham is always scanning the pitch for targets. Messi. Neymar. Messi. Now, can they get him away? Neymar gets into a good position.
There will be 1 minute
Plays it
added
through.
time.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Israel really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Valverde. And it's Valverde. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Pelé. It's anyone's ball now. Bellingham. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Van Nistelrooy in the hunt and looking threatening.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Serginho. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He is through here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's being shifted off it. Engages and forces him off the ball. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Elects to cross. And he's quick to get it clear again. Marquez looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Rummenigge. Valverde. That's Rudiger. Onana. That has been slung wide. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, he's been caught on it. There's the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, that's a good run down the left. Rudiger calmly anticipates. Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. And it's Neymar. Played into space.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And that is out of play. And he's managed to gift it back. Hazard, can he get it through? Well, we expected better, and so did he. He's in space and looking for options.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
Oh, smashing header! No, couldn't quite control it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And this is Neymar. Marquez does well to get it back. He's a sharp little ball here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Oh, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Eze going face-to-face with his great rival.
Messi coming on the field.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Passing is crisp and sharp, and that's gone loose.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution in progress.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
And this is Del Piero.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And back to the goalkeeper. Cannavaro. That is ended up in no man's land. And he's managed to get free. And the through ball. Well, that is one way to stop him. Real chance! Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Serginho's cross. And that is as far as it goes. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Israel certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our guest performers today.